Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, April 7th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I show up for me. And today we are working through Cardinal T-square again. Here it is. Here is the sun engaging in the Cardinal T-square. Now this actually may be, this and tomorrow may be the most intense parts of this Cardinal T-square. A reminder is a T-square happens when there is opposition and when there is square. So the opposition is not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily have to be a tug of war aspect. It can be. You can find yourself pulling. Now, where this pull may happen is interesting because this opposition that we have in this T-square energy is between the Sun and Jupiter. And so we have Jupiter retrograde in Libra, promoting self-love, bringing us within, taking the focus off our outside relationships and bringing it back to ourselves and the work that we have to do with ourselves. And there's so much work right now on ourselves around self-love, around self-esteem, around our self-worth, and around showing up for that. So we have that going on. The Sun in Aries actually supports that because the Sun in Aries is fired up around your I am vibration, around your personal soul fire, around the passion of living that you came to bring, your personal passion. And this opposition is actually happening at 18 degrees, which is a 9, which does bring that passion element to the floor. What I think you need to recognize in this is that here we have, over here, so this is the opposition, over here we have Pluto. Pluto hanging out at 19 degrees. So it's not exact, but 18, 19 degrees. It's close enough. You're going to feel this. So Pluto is shifting the structure of things. Pluto in Capricorn may attune you to the old way of doing things. And meanwhile, soul fire over here and Jupiter retrograde in Libra over here is like, putting yourself first is not wrong. Doing the work that you need to do on yourself so that you can show up for you, so that you can show up for the world is not wrong. But we've been trained for so long that it's not right. Don't think of yourself, think of everybody else first. But airplanes actually teach us the best thing. They're like, hey, put your mask on first so you can breathe and help others. And that's kind of this aspect. To me, this is going to give you an opportunity to notice your resistance to taking care of yourself. You're going to get to notice your resistance to where you are loving yourself. Notice your resistance to where you may be putting off your self-care to others and asking them to care for you when really they can't. I have had this experience over and over and over again. You can never love somebody enough to make them love themselves. So what you can do is walk your talk, show them how it's done by loving yourself, by taking care of yourself, by putting in place healthy protocol. It's a good word. Healthy protocol for your own personal life. So we have that opportunity today. Now, I'm not going to say that it's easy. This is definitely an intense T-square to go through. These are really strong planets. You know, this is soul energy. This is Jupiter. Jupiter's, gigantic energy. It wants to expand. Jupiter is so interesting because it's such a great planet, but it expands whatever that energy is. So you may feel the lack of self-love being expanded in this moment. And if that's happening, please dig in and give yourself the love that you need to help yourself through. And then Pluto is such a polarizing planet because Pluto to me is the lightest light and the darkest dark. Ultimately, Pluto is like the key to our empowerment. However, it's going to show you where you are not empowered to get there. And Pluto at 19 degrees, that's that 10 energy, that's that worth stuff. And we have so much of that, like I said, going on. Now, what's interesting, and this brings it to the physical needs as well. We've got the moon in Virgo, lighting up physical energy, lighting up our health energy. And that moon in Virgo, is connecting to Mercury, preparing to go retrograde in just a few days, and it's at 4 degrees. And 4 degrees is that degree it's preparing to retrograde on. So this 4-degree thing, revolution, evolution, with this connection to the moon is very interesting. What I'm feeling with this is a little bit of revolution, evolution when it comes to your physical foundation. And I'm feeling that this may have to do a little bit with the sensuality that Taurus brings. And what I'm thinking of with the health aspect is, sometimes we get so caught up in health things that we go a little bit overboard. Like, I can't have that because calories and this and that and the other, and we get ourselves so stressed out in our mind. to me, this is a call to revolutionize, evolutionize that, and be like, what is my body asking for? How can I nurture my body? What does it need to help sustain itself through this intense energy? And instead of like completely questioning, well, that's not good and I don't want to do it, like I'll think of pizza. Pizza for me, like, God, sometimes you just need pizza. and yet there's the fight in me, oh, even if it's gluten-free, there's still the grains, all that stuff. That is not supportive to my system. And so this to me is an opportunity to recognize where you may be doing that to yourself and revolutionize that. Shift that. Let your mind help support you in you supporting yourself. The final aspect of today that we're going to talk about in today's astro is the moon opposite Neptune. I love this connection. This is actually one of my favorite connections that happens, especially with the moon in Virgo and Neptune in Pisces, because to me this is an opportunity to bring some magic into the physical. This is 13 degrees, that is that 4, so there again is that revolution, evolution energy. Can you apply magic? Can you apply miracles? Can you apply spirit? Can you bring in the all that is to help you in what you're moving through on this earthly planet? Like I said, this is not necessarily easy astro. I'd dare to say it's a little bit challenging. It's working us. It wants to make a master out of us, and it's doing its best work at this. But you have to leave room, leave a little space for miracles, leave a little space for the unknown. Recognize you don't have to know everything, that there's so much beyond what we do know that can come in and support and infiltrate. So hold space for that. If you find yourself flipping on the worry switch, that moon in Virgo can get very worried. Okay, I get it, the worry switch, this could happen, but wow, miracles could also happen. What happens if I focus on that? What happens if I focus on being supported by the universe? Then we get to dance in the rain. Unexpected good things, unexpected really good things can happen at any time. Now I do want to mention that we're building into a connection tomorrow, Venus square Saturn, and you may be feeling this. Venus is retrograding in Pisces, old karmic stuff. There's definitely a karmic tie with this. Saturn can definitely tie into karmic energy. To me, what's coming up though with this though is approaching your egoic beliefs that may be keeping you in these karmic situations. Like, this is the way it has to be, this is what I deserve, I don't deserve better, that kind of stuff. Really be willing to look at your beliefs and where they may be keeping you stuck, where they may be keeping you outside that sunset that you want to go in. I always love this card. And there's multiple interpretations of it, but what I love is like there's this gate and it looks like this little kid wants to go through the gate and there's the chain on the gate, but that chain, the lock on it is open. So often we're keeping ourselves outside of things. Now, I have a friend who interprets it like, yeah, this is I'm meant to be outside. Like, this is keeping me safe. It's like being kept outside the pool. Like, the pool thing with a child who can't swim. So that may be, that may be this energy. You may want some boundaries in this energy, and that may be what you need in alignment with these beliefs that are coming up. Or it may be that you're keeping yourself outside your dreams. So whichever way it works for you, you gotta be willing to do the work. I got slow down in reverse, and I've got laziness in reverse. And to me, it's like, in order to get here today, you're gonna have to do the work. You're gonna have to show up for yourself. I show up for me, the energy mantra today. You're gonna need to process this energy. It's not gonna be just, I'm gonna sail through. This is gonna be like, okay, digging in, I'm getting in there, I'm gonna work with myself. But I have the most supportive, I feel, animal for this energy. So I have octopus, and octopus is like reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries or direction. So there's that boundaries thing that may need to be put in place in order for you to show up for you in this energy. But I want to stay with octopus. What came up for me is I find octopus is so fascinating. I was watching Finding Dory the other week with the octopus, and I was like, oh my God, the octopus, what is his name? Herman? Hank? Something with an H? He's so amazing. To me, octopus, they're like the geniuses of the sea. They can figure out anything. And it reminds me of one of my favorite Marie Forleo quotes, which is, everything is figure outable. And I think we need to remember that through this energy today, through wherever we're finding this resistance, we can octopus our way through the resistance. If you give an octopus like a challenge to figure out, or like any given way to get out of their tanks, octopus will. Octopus is so smart. And, very dexterous with all of those tentacles. So remember, everything is figure outable. Move your way through this energy, remembering that, and remember that you have the capability to get yourself through this. So, that is it for today. Show up for yourself. We've got this. We've got a few days of this, and then we'll move through until the next T-square energy comes through. It is what it is. They're working us. This is part of the process of mastery. If you don't get it done, it's just ongoing, continuing. So, book a reading if you want to dive in deeper. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.